Chosen one, this is it. The moment you were never supposed to reach. They tried to bury it, to keep it hidden, to make sure you'd never hear this message. But it's too late for them. You found it. The truth is finally in front of you, and there's no turning back. Everything you've been through, every struggle, every question, every feeling that you were meant for more, it's all been leading to this moment. And now, the message they tried to silence is yours to hear. You see, this isn't just another video. It's the one thing they hoped you'd never find. It's the final piece of the puzzle. The last signal from the divine before your life changes forever. The urgency is real, and the timing couldn't be more critical. They knew that if you ever got hold of this truth, it would be the beginning of the end for them. This message doesn't just call you to listen. It calls you to rise, to stand in your power, and to step into the purpose you were chosen for. If this resonates with you, please like this video and comment 77 below. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and click the super thanks button to support this mission. A special thank you to our membership subscribers. Your support helps bring these messages to light. If you haven't joined yet, click the link in the description and become part of the movement. Stay until the end because this final message could change everything. The message they tried to bury. In those quiet moments when you felt disconnected, like something important was just beyond your reach, it wasn't just in your imagination. That yearning, that lingering sense that there was more to your existence, was the faint whisper of a truth that had been buried long before you were even aware of it. It's as if the very fabric of your life was stretched thin, with the answers always just out of view. You may have felt frustrated, questioning why others seemed so sure of their paths while you struggled to make sense of your own. But deep down, a part of you always knew there was more. That feeling wasn't a flaw, it was a signal that there was something hidden, waiting to be uncovered. As you reflect on the times you felt silenced or dismissed, you might remember the moments when your instincts told you one thing, but the world told you another. Think of the times you trusted your intuition, only to have it questioned by others, or when you dared to dream bigger, only to be met with doubt. Those doubts weren't always your own. They were carefully placed, nurtured by forces that never wanted you to realize your full potential. They made you question yourself at every turn, hoping you'd grow tired and give up. These moments of struggle weren't random. They were part of a larger attempt to keep the truth buried. But what they didn't anticipate was your resilience. They didn't see that every time you felt silenced, you were actually learning to listen more closely to your inner voice. The world has long been a battleground between light and darkness, and this struggle is reflected in the stories we tell. Scripture reminds us that hidden things are often meant to be revealed. Luke 8 verse 17 says, "For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought into the open." This speaks to the inevitability of the truth coming to light, no matter how deeply it's buried. You are now experiencing the fulfillment of that promise. The truth that was hidden from you was never gone. It was always there, waiting for you to be ready. The forces that tried to keep it from you failed to account for one thing: the divine timing of your awakening. And now, as the layers of deception fall away, you'll begin to notice the signs that the truth is rising. These signs might come in the form of moments that seem too perfect to be coincidence. Serendipitous meetings, unexpected insights, or a renewed sense of purpose that you can't quite explain. Perhaps you've already felt this happening, like a long-lost treasure slowly being unearthed. The pieces of your journey are coming together. What once felt disconnected is now aligning. You may find that your energy is shifting, your clarity is growing, and your inner voice is becoming louder. These aren't random occurrences. They're the natural result of the truth coming to the surface. As this truth emerges, it's important to recognize that it didn't appear by chance. There is a divine hand at work, clearing the path for you to step into your purpose. The struggles you faced were not there to test your endurance, but to prepare you for elevation. With each challenge, you've grown stronger, more aware, and more connected to your calling. What they tried to keep hidden is now being revealed in ways they can't stop. The more you embrace this truth, the more aligned you'll become with the forces working behind the scenes. This is not simply about uncovering a hidden message. It's about stepping into a life that was designed for you all along. At this point, you may feel the weight of what's happening. Accepting this truth means not only seeing it, but also embodying it. It's common to feel hesitant, even fearful, when faced with such a profound revelation. But this is a sacred moment. It's a time when you must choose whether to resist or to trust in what you're seeing. True alignment requires more than just awareness. It demands action. It's not enough to know the truth, you must live it. This is the moment where you decide to step into your role fully, to shed the doubts that were placed on you, and to embrace the light you've always carried. With this new understanding comes a sense of empowerment. You've made it to this point despite the forces that tried to keep you down. You're here, ready to reclaim what was hidden, and that alone is proof of your strength. It's time to let go of any remaining hesitation, to trust in the process, and to walk forward with confidence. Each step you take now is a declaration that you will no longer be silenced, no longer be controlled. This is your moment to rise. Start by listening to your intuition, reflecting on the signs you've seen, and committing to the path ahead. The truth is no longer buried, and you no longer need to search for it. You only need to live it. As you move forward, remember that this is only the beginning. What once was hidden has now been revealed, and it's up to you to carry it forward. Let this truth shape your actions, guide your decisions, and inspire you to be the person you were always meant to be. The light that was once obscured is now shining brightly. Comment Barry if you're ready to reclaim what was hidden. Stay with me, because the journey ahead will only deepen your understanding and your connection to the truth that's been waiting for you all along. Why you were meant to hear it now. Think back to the moments in your life that felt almost too perfectly timed. The times when you stumbled upon just the right words, heard a song that seemed to speak directly to your heart, or met someone whose advice stayed with you for years. These experiences were not random. They were part of a greater plan. You may not have understood it then, but those moments were paving the way for you to hear this message now. It's as if the universe had been setting the stage, patiently waiting for you to be ready. Now, as you listen, it all begins to make sense. The questions you've been asking, the long nights of doubt and searching, the subtle nudges you couldn't ignore, they've led you here. The reason you're hearing this now is because you've reached a place where you can finally receive it. It wasn't that the truth wasn't available before. It was that you weren't yet prepared to understand its full significance. Imagine trying to read a map before you know your destination. It would only confuse you. In the same way, the struggles you've endured were shaping you, giving you the tools and perspective you needed to recognize the importance of this moment. You needed to grow into the person who could fully grasp this truth. And now, here you are, ready to take the next step. Scripture often speaks of divine timing. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 reminds us that, to everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose under heaven. This means that certain truths can only be revealed at the right moment. If you had heard this message too soon, it might not have resonated the way it does now. You might have doubted it, ignored it, or dismissed it as irrelevant. But because of everything you've experienced, the challenges, the victories, the moments of deep reflection, you're finally in a place where this truth can take root. This is the season you've been waiting for, and it's no accident that it's happening now. As you reflect on your journey, you may notice how many coincidences led you to this point. Perhaps a friend introduced you to a book that changed your perspective, or a series of unexpected events made you question everything you thought you knew. These were not coincidences. They were signs. Each one was a piece of the puzzle, slowly coming together to form a clear picture. Now, as you hear this message, those pieces fall into place. The confusion you once felt begins to fade, replaced by a sense of clarity. You can see how each step prepared you for the next, and how every experience, good or bad, brought you closer to this moment of realization. But what makes this moment so significant? It's not just that you're hearing the truth, it's that you're ready to act on it. In the past, you might have heard similar messages but hesitated to take them seriously. You might have let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others hold you back. Now, something is different. The timing is perfect, and your heart is open. This is the moment when knowledge becomes power, when you take what you've learned and start to live it. This is why you were meant to hear it now. Not just to understand it, but to let it transform your life. With this newfound understanding, you can begin to let go of the fear that once held you back. You can start to see your struggles not as setbacks, but as stepping stones. The challenges that once felt overwhelming now make sense. They weren't random. They were part of your preparation. And because you faced them, you're stronger, wiser, and more equipped to step into your purpose. You can trust that the divine timing in your life is real, and that it's guiding you towards something extraordinary. Every doubt, every question, every moment of uncertainty has been leading you to this point of clarity and empowerment. Now that you've reached this moment, the path forward becomes clearer. You don't need all the answers right now. You just need to take the next step. Trust that as you move forward, the way will continue to unfold. You've been given the tools, the experiences, and the knowledge you need to begin. The rest will come as you walk the path. Each choice you make now will be guided by the truth you've just heard. The timing is perfect, and you're ready to embrace it. So what comes next? That's up to you. The truth is in your hands, and the choice is yours to make. Will you act on it or let it pass you by? If this moment feels like it was made for you, comment a line below. Let it be a declaration that you're ready to step into your purpose. And as you take this next step, know that you're not alone. This moment is not the end. It's the beginning of something far greater. Trust the timing, trust the process, and trust yourself. The risk of ignoring this call. When you hear a call as profound as this one, the choice to ignore it carries more weight than you might initially realize. At first, it may seem easier to turn away, to cling to the familiar, and to avoid the uncertainties that come with change. But deep down, you know that failing to act won't bring peace. It will only prolong the questions, the doubts, and the restless yearning for more. You've already felt the pull, the nudge that tells you something greater is waiting. Turning away now would not just mean passing up an opportunity. It would mean turning away from the life you were meant to live. Ignoring this call doesn't simply leave you where you are. It can lead you back into the very patterns you've been working to escape. The fears that once held you down will grow louder, and the doubts that kept you from stepping forward will multiply. It's not a matter of staying in place. It's a slow slide into the comfort of what is known but no longer serves you. You risk falling back into a place where the whispers of your purpose are drowned out by the noise of everyday life. And once you're there, finding the strength to step forward becomes even more challenging. Proverbs 29 verse 18 reminds us, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." This isn't just a warning. It's a reminder that without a clear path, without heeding the call placed on your life, you risk losing the very vitality that makes life meaningful. To ignore this message is to ignore the vision that was placed within you before you even knew it was there. And while you may feel that ignoring the call keeps you safe, the truth is that it places you in a far more precarious position, one where fear dictates your choices and potential remains locked away. Beyond your personal loss, there's something even greater at stake: the light you carry and the impact it can have on the world. Your life is not just your own. It's a source of inspiration, guidance, and hope for others. When you ignore this call, you're not just holding yourself back. You're holding back the light that others need to see. There are people whose lives could be changed by your words, your actions, and your presence. By turning away, you leave them in the dark. It's not just about what you lose. It's about what the world loses when you don't step into your role. Consider the ripple effect your courage could create. Choosing to answer the call doesn't just transform your life. It sets a chain reaction into motion. Others see your bravery, your willingness to trust in something greater, and they begin to find courage in themselves. Each person who steps into their purpose inspires another and another. But when you hold back, that chain is broken. The world remains as it is, unchanged, waiting for someone else to light the way. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the impact of your decision stretches further than you might think. Answering this call isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about choosing to trust that what you carry inside you is enough. The fear that tells you to stay still is only temporary, but the impact of stepping forward can be everlasting. By ignoring this call, you're choosing the comfort of hesitation over the potential for transformation. And that potential isn't just for you. It's for everyone your light is meant to reach. The consequences of remaining silent are not just personal. They ripple out to affect the lives you might have touched and the differences you might have made. At some point, you have to decide what matters more: the temporary safety of staying in the shadows, or the lasting fulfillment of stepping into your role. The risk of ignoring this call grows with every moment of hesitation. But the moment you choose to act, that risk diminishes, replaced by the opportunity to live a life aligned with your purpose. Each step you take toward answering the call brings you closer to the truth of who you are and why you're here. It's not about having no fear. It's about acting despite it, knowing that the stakes are too high to turn back now. If you understand how important it is to answer this call, comment risk below. Acknowledge the choice you face and the courage it takes to move forward. Let that comment be a declaration that you're ready to step into the light, to embrace the vision that's been calling you, and to become the person you were always meant to be. The risk of ignoring this call is real, but so is the power that comes from answering it. How you'll know this message is for you. Throughout your life, there have been moments when something stirred deep within you. Times when a song, a word, or even a chance meeting left an impression you couldn't shake. Those weren't just fleeting emotions, they were signs. They were the universe's way of tapping you on the shoulder, of saying, "Pay attention. This is meant for you." Maybe you didn't see it right away. Maybe you wrote it off as coincidence or brushed it aside in the rush of daily life. But now, as you reflect, you realize these moments have been with you all along, quietly guiding you, gently pointing you toward this message. You might recall a time when everything felt unclear, yet a single event brought sudden clarity. Perhaps it was a dream that felt more real than your waking life, or an unexpected conversation that seemed to answer questions you hadn't yet voiced. These experiences weren't just random occurrences. They were breadcrumbs leading you to this truth. The signs have always been there, waiting for you to notice. And now that you're hearing this message, those once scattered moments begin to form a cohesive pattern. It's as though the universe has been weaving a tapestry, and you're just now starting to see the full picture. The Bible often speaks of recognizing the voice of the divine. In John 10 verse 27, it says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." This passage reminds us that deep within, we already recognize what's meant for us. You've felt it before, that quiet knowing that something greater was calling you. The signs weren't loud or forceful. They were subtle yet persistent. They came in the form of a lingering thought, a recurring symbol, or a feeling you couldn't ignore. And now, as you hear this message, it feels less like something new and more like a reminder of what you've always known deep down. As you start to piece together the signs, you'll notice a shift in your perspective. Events that once seemed unconnected now appear as part of a larger plan. The encounters, the setbacks, the moments of inspiration, all of them have prepared you to receive this message. It's not that these signs weren't there before, it's that you're finally in a place to recognize them. The message resonates because it aligns with what your soul has known all along. That feeling you have right now, that sense of familiarity mixed with purpose, is the clearest indication that this message is for you. One of the most compelling signs is the timing. Think about how you arrived at this moment. Perhaps you came across this message by chance, or so it seemed. Yet when you consider the sequence of events, you realize it's no accident. You were guided here at exactly the right time. You weren't ready before, but now you are. The experiences you've had, the questions you've asked, and the paths you've taken have all led you to this very moment. That undeniable pull, that feeling that this is meant for you, is a sign that the message has been waiting for you to be ready. Another sign is the way this message stirs something inside you. As you listen, it feels less like a discovery and more like a confirmation. It's as if you've heard these words before, not with your ears, but with your spirit. This message doesn't feel foreign. It feels like a homecoming. That sense of recognition is your soul acknowledging the truth. It's as if a door you didn't even know was locked is now swinging open. The weight of doubt and confusion begins to lift, replaced by a deep-seated knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. These signs also manifest in how you respond to this message. Do you feel a sense of peace or excitement, a feeling that you're on the brink of something meaningful? That emotional resonance is another way to know this message is meant for you. When a truth aligns with your spirit, it creates a sense of harmony that can't be forced or faked. You'll find that as you embrace these signs, you begin to feel more grounded, more certain, and more connected to your purpose. The clarity you've been searching for starts to emerge, and with it comes the courage to take the next step. If these signs resonate with you, if you feel that this message was meant for you all along, comment confirm below. By acknowledging these signs, you affirm that you're ready to move forward. You've seen the signs, you've felt the call, and now it's time to act. The next step is clear, and you're exactly where you need to be. What to do immediately after hearing this? You've just heard something powerful, something that resonated deeply within you. But what happens next depends entirely on you. This message isn't meant to be just another thought that passes through your mind. It's not something to nod along to and then set aside. This message came to you now at this moment for a reason. And now, your next step is to decide how you will let it shape your life. Will you let it inspire you to take action? Or will you let it fade into the background? The choice is yours, but one thing is clear. You have to make a choice. Once you hear the truth, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Doubts may start to creep in, and you might wonder if you're really ready. You might feel unsure about where to begin. But the first step doesn't have to be perfect. The first step just has to be intentional. Take a moment to reflect on what you've heard, to sit with it, and to let it settle into your heart. Think about how this message makes you feel, about the truths it has confirmed within you. Let it remind you of why you've been searching, why you felt that pull towards something more. James 1 verse 22 urges us, "Do not merely listen to the word, and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says." This is a reminder that truth is not just meant to be heard, it's meant to be lived. But living it doesn't mean rushing into big decisions all at once. It means starting small, but starting now. Begin by grounding yourself in a practice that helps you connect with your inner truth. Whether that's prayer, meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in quiet reflection, let that be your foundation. Use it to stay centered, to keep the message fresh in your mind, and to maintain your focus as you move forward. From that place of grounding, you can begin to align your daily life with this new awareness. Look at your choices, how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, what you focus on. Consider how those choices reflect the truth you now see so clearly. This isn't about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about bringing your actions into alignment with your purpose one step at a time. Maybe it's choosing to spend more time on what truly matters. Maybe it's seeking out people who lift you up, who understand your journey and encourage you to grow. Each small shift you make brings you closer to living out the purpose you've been called to fulfill. As you take these steps, it's important to remain open to guidance and inspiration. There will be moments when you need support, wisdom, or simply a reminder that you're on the right path. Don't hesitate to seek out knowledge, whether through books, mentors, or spiritual leaders who resonate with you. The journey isn't meant to be walked alone. Surrounding yourself with encouragement and insight will help you stay focused and keep moving forward, even when the road feels uncertain. The key is consistency. Each day, make a conscious effort to take one small step. It could be as simple as reminding yourself of your purpose in the morning, choosing kindness when it's easier to be critical, or spending a few moments reflecting on what you're grateful for. Over time, these small steps add up. They create a ripple effect that not only transforms your own life, but also touches the lives of those around you. Your decision to live this truth will inspire others to do the same. Now that you've heard this message, you have a responsibility not just to yourself, but to the world around you. The truth that found you was never meant to stay hidden. It's a truth that's meant to shine, to guide, and to uplift. By choosing to live in alignment with it, you become a beacon for others who are searching. You show them that it's possible to rise above doubt, to step into their purpose, and to embrace the truth that's been waiting for them all along. If you're ready to take this next step, comment "I am chosen" below. Let it be a declaration that you're not just a listener, but someone who is ready to act. Remember to subscribe, like, and share this message so others can hear the words they've been waiting for. And to our membership subscribers, thank you for making it possible to share these truths with the world. If you haven't joined yet, click the link in the description. This is not just another message. It's the one that can change everything. Let it inspire you, guide you, and remind you that you were never meant to stay silent. This is your time. Take that first step now. As you continue forward, remember that the truth you've embraced is not a fleeting moment. It's a foundation for everything to come. The first steps may feel uncertain, but each one builds your confidence. With every small act, you'll notice how your perspective shifts, how your focus sharpens. The more you align your actions with the truth you've uncovered, the more natural it becomes. The doubts that once loomed large will begin to shrink, replaced by a steady assurance that you are on the right path. This isn't just about starting. It's about continuing and trusting that the next step will always reveal itself when the time is right. There will be moments when the old fears try to creep back in. It's normal to feel that tug of resistance, to hear that inner voice questioning whether you're truly ready or deserving. But remember, you wouldn't have received this message if you weren't prepared to act on it. Those doubts are not signs that you're on the wrong path. They're reminders of how far you've come. Use them as opportunities to reaffirm your commitment, to ground yourself even more firmly in your purpose. Each time you face a challenge and choose to keep going, you strengthen the foundation you've built. One of the most powerful ways to maintain your momentum is to stay connected to your why. Think back to what led you here. The questions you asked, the struggles you endured, the moments of clarity that broke through the noise. Those experiences gave you the insight and strength you have now. Whenever you feel uncertain, return to that why. Let it remind you of the light you carry and the impact you're meant to have. By holding on to that purpose, you'll find the motivation to keep taking those next steps, even when the path feels unclear. It's also important to celebrate the progress you make along the way. Every choice you make that aligns with your purpose is a victory. Recognize those small wins, whether it's a meaningful conversation, a moment of clarity, or simply feeling more at peace. By acknowledging these successes, you reinforce the positive changes you're making. It's easy to overlook them in the rush of daily life, but taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come can fuel your determination and keep you moving forward. As you walk this journey, consider the impact your actions have on others. Every time you step into your truth, you're creating a ripple effect. Those around you notice the changes in you, your confidence, your clarity, your sense of direction. You may not realize it, but your example inspires them. By choosing to live in alignment with this message, you show others that it's possible to rise above fear, to embrace purpose, and to make a difference. Your journey becomes a source of hope, and your courage encourages others to follow their own path. So take a moment now to reflect on what's ahead. You've heard the message and you've taken the first steps. The road is not always easy, but it's meaningful. With each passing day, you'll find yourself growing stronger, more centered, and more certain of the purpose you're here to fulfill. Let this message continue to guide you, remind you, and inspire you. The path may stretch far ahead, but with every step, you're creating a life that reflects the truth you've embraced. This is your time, your journey, and your purpose. Keep moving forward one step at a time. As you move forward, know that you are not alone on this path. Others have walked it before you, and many are walking it now. Some may be just a step or two ahead, while others are searching for the courage to take their first step. By continuing on your journey, you become a beacon for those who are still seeking. Your willingness to embrace the truth and live authentically helps light the way for others, showing them what is possible when they, too, choose to follow their calling. Remember that your journey is not only for yourself, but also for those who will be inspired by your strength and courage. Finally, take time to nourish your spirit. The energy you put into connecting with your purpose is never wasted. Seek out moments of quiet reflection. Continue to surround yourself with those who uplift you, and remain open to new insights. These practices will sustain you, grounding you when the road feels uncertain and energizing you when you need a reminder of why you began. With every step, you're building a life that aligns more deeply with the message you've received. Trust that as you keep moving forward, the path will continue to unfold in ways you never imagined. And don't miss the next video, the link is in the description below.